Do you hear that, kids? 3 bells. And you know what 3 bells means? That's right, it's the Danny Phantom news alert. Because not only did we just have the release of Danny Phantom, A Glitch in Time, spoiler-free review, go watch it, but we also got a big one, boys, because it was just announced that there's gonna be a super duper Nickelodeon All-Stars Battle Royale Clash of Clans 2. Let's talk about it. I'm working on a full, spoiler-filled breakdown of the new comic book Danny Phantom, A Glitch in Time. But that's gonna have to wait, because we've got some more pressing matters, because there was just a brand new trailer for Nickelodeon All-Star Smash? What is it? For Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. The sequel to the critically reviewed Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1, which was a game that came out. I did a video about it, playing it when that first came out. Check that out if you want. But that's old news. We're talking about this new game. I might be one of the only ones that really cares about this, but we're going to talk about it anyways. They've showed some gameplay, they showed some new characters. I do have to say this one does look like an improvement off the original. First off, we have voice acting this time.
Here's a one-way ticket to rock bottom.
Which, the website lists as, a feature, but really that's something that, should have been in the base game from the beginning. I don't know how much the game is going to end up having, original voice acting, because at least from the trailer, it looked like they were reusing a lot of lines from the various shows that these characters are from, which is fine. They could have done that in the first game. That's the, bare minimum. So at least they've hit that this time. And for the most part, the animations of the different characters and stuff look pretty good. So the big 2 new characters introduced in this trailer, we get to see Squidward. Cool. SpongeBob is basically the, Mario mascot type character franchise of Nickelodeon. So, bringing in basically any member of the core SpongeBob cast, I think, is a good idea. And we get to see that they're continuing the route of putting as many memes as possible in the game, as Squidward has both of his big memes in it, so that's fun. And the second big character shown off is the boy genius himself, Jimothy Neutron, which is great. Again, a character who probably should have been in the first game, but it's nice to see him back. The first game did eventually include Hugh Neutron, his dad, as a DLC character because of memes. People really just decided that was the character they were going to petition to be in the game, and eventually it worked. Pretty weird that he was in the game, but not Jimmy Neutron, but it's nice to see that Jimmy has finally made the cut. I also think it would be pretty weird if Timmy Turner doesn't end up being added, as he is the only member of the original Nicktoons gang to not already be included. Now, from the trailer and some of the info on the website, it looks like the majority of the characters from the first game, including the ones that were later added in DLC, are returning, which is good. Starting out with a much stronger roster is a good place to start. The other exciting thing is that we have a poster that shows a couple more characters that aren't featured in the trailer. First of all, we have Raphael of the Ninja Turtles. In the first game, we had Michelangelo, Leonardo, and April, which is fine. I like all those characters, but it's pretty weird to not have all 4 turtles because they're all equally important. Raphael's on the poster here, so that kind of hints that at least we have him as well. Maybe we'll actually get all 4 turtles. That would be nice. I know that would make the roster very turtles heavy, but there's 4 main characters of that series, so it's kind of weird to just have 1 or 2 of them. It's sort of an all or nothing thing. So that's a good start. The other very cool thing is that we get a big ol' Daddy Vladdy shown off on the poster here. Mr. Vlad Plasmius himself, which is very cool. It seems to imply that he's playable, which is probably enough for me to get this game and try it out at least. The other interesting thing is on the website, it mentions that there is going to be a campaign mode. This is what the website says. Jump into an all-new original story featuring roguelike mechanics, minigames, new arcade mode, boss rush, and more. That's pretty vague, but the words original story are listed in there, so that sounds like actual content, which could be cool. I'm a big fan of the original Nicktoons Unite series of games, which are very fun. They're mostly shovelware, apart from a couple of like decent standouts. They're not like the most amazing games ever, but they're pretty fun for what they are. Nick All-Star Brawl, the first one, was kind of fun for like a week when everyone was trying it out and seeing how broken some of the characters were, and it's like kind of fun to mess around with friends, but it wasn't really like a long-term enjoyable game. The amount of content is very limited. You can kind of see everything there is to see within about a half an hour. So if the sequel does have some type of campaign or original story, it mentions boss battles. We got Vladdy on the poster. There's potential here, and if at the very least we get some like interactions between these characters, that would be fun. I don't know if I'd recommend like pre-ordering this or buying it as soon as it comes out or anything, but I'm definitely curious enough that I might do a video on it. I'm going to try to find a physical copy this time. Last time I was trying to do some type of video early, so I bought the digital copy, which means that I'm stuck with it forever. So I'm going to not do that this time if I do end up picking it up. These games are on the cheaper side. I think the first one was like $50 at launch, as opposed to at least in Canada, the $80 of like a new game. But that still seems like kind of high for the amount of content you get, and for this like kind of low budget, rushed like shovelware type game, which is fine. But if it was like $30 or something, I think it'd be a much easier like sell. And again, the first one didn't even have like voice acting, like some of the very basic stuff that like the games in the early 2000s did no problem, and also had like original story and content in it. So like, it's 2023. I think we could, it's not unreasonable to expect like a little more from a game that costs money. But what do you guys think? Are you interested in trying another one of these games? Are you excited to see some of the new characters? What did you think of the first game? Did you play it? Did you like it? That's it for me for now, but subscribe and stick around, because I am working on a full in-depth spoiler review of A Glitch in Time. I'm not sure when that'll be out, because I'm doing this instead for some reason, and I'm also busy with work right now. There's a video I want to do about the new Ninja Turtles movie when that comes out. If I get around to it or not, who knows? But there's more content coming very soon. That's all for now. Thanks as always for watching. I hope to see you again in the future.
Future!